Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
What now? 180.
Here we go.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Darren Waller hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Wow. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Wow. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, Rivers, complete. It's Henry. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Wow.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Damn, I knew he was out for the game.
Williams,
shit, he's going for a minute.
Touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty.
I get anyone back
done like that
next
for a
week.
touchdown.
So.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Running backs can't stay healthy, man.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
That. And then, because we need to be able to contain that. Now that I know that's where he want to go with it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great.
Hold on 1 second. Because that shit is too damn big.
Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
That shit is too big. Once I was able to turn the modes back on, whew, like damn, all I see is
playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Got me stuck on the damn D-line.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Carr on target to AB. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
This is Jalen Richard.
There we go. That's what we need right there.
From Southern Miss. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 2nd down. Carr, he's got it to Williams. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
56, 56. All day, pump. Mike 56, Mike 56. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Carr gives to Richard.
Are you serious?
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hey, Haywood!
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down.
Come on, man.
Intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead.
Come on, man.
For him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
637.
56 to Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
Check 56.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Got him in. It's Brown. Antonio Brown.
Fucking fantastic.
Goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rivers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. from the gun on third down. Rivers. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up fourth down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
A lot better. That's the first thing I noticed.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Monday is a lot better.
A pretty wild first quarter, 21-7, our score. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it 2nd and 7.
I just don't like it, man.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Say,
Raider one.
Now Carr. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Throwing his car on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Now Benjamin, a big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
First down, Los Angeles.
Touching my scalp.
Black 11. Hey, Delta.
Rivers to throw it. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Cleveland Farrell in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly.
Come on, I can't get a fucking break.
They've got to find a way to get it back together.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. They find some open field here. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Back to it after the pick six. Rivers.
Come on, why are you making that fucking catch animation?
To hold on to that one. It's second down.
Lee, it's like you didn't need to jump.
Like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here he's one that has to absorb
Then
the
I'm like,
contact.
he loading the
And as a
box
result,
every fucking
unable to
play,
hold on to
knowing
the
damn
football.
well we ain't supposed to do that.
Throwing again. Rivers on 2nd and 10. And caught by Henry. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
I'm trying, man.
And the Chargers first down.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They go play action. Rivers. It's caught by Jackson. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, going over some notes in the pregame and looking at Phillip Rivers' record against Oakland, 18-8 all-time against them. And those 18 wins, more than he's had against any other team. And unless these two squads, unlikely, but unless they would meet up in the playoffs, this is the last time that Phillip Rivers will face the Oakland Raiders. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
Hey, 79! 79! White, 89!
From the gun on 3rd down. Rivers going deep, and this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Crosby with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14.
We ain't had no breaks in a minute. We ain't had nothing go our way in a minute. So.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Rashard lost it and picked up by the
motherfucking
Chargers.
time.
Whoosh. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they're going to be
finally
set
got a
up in the
fucking
red
break.
zone right around the 17-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice
Like,
to give
damn,
them credit,
can I get a
isn't it?
break?
Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Rivers now after the fumble recovery.
Come on, fam, catch the fucking ball.
Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's really difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Rivers now complete. Hunter Henry with
Face
the
mask, thank you.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags.
Tell him that was your responsibility. I got to just flood his responsibilities because he's not.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jackson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Rivers. And the Raiders have got him. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No. It's
the part that trips me out is that they secondary ain't even that good.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
I don't know what we need to do.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
I don't know what they did in the patch. But the run defense is a lot better.
They were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Now this pass brought in by Brown. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. They'll run on first down.
Good job, Johnson.
Forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I know it's in here.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. From just shy of midfield, Carr. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Carr now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr.
I'm like, damn, he's going to catch every pass?
He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
These motherfuckers ain't dropping shit.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On play action, now Carr. Steps away to his left. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. On the draw, Richard. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd and 11 now.
About motherfucking time. I'm wondering where the hell my pass was being for like 2 damn weeks.
Timeouts. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going deep for Brown.
Got him.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football
We got 2 turnovers so far. I just need some consistency with the way we've been playing,
so the
man.
silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And he got it right fucking back.
Time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Because he can come up and then go back.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr.
Got his
And
ass.
a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to
Nope,
Joey
you ain't getting that
Bosa.
no huddle in.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. The kick by Carlson is good. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead.
But I actually feel like my defense is starting to show up.
3.
We ain't seen them in 2 weeks.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We ain't seen them in 2 weeks.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 12, Rivers. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
To throw is Rivers.
How you get an animation to come jump that fast, man? What the
too
fuck?
many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
I don't understand that shit.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Harris to return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially,
how you got an animation
15,
to click on
and the Raiders
jump
will
it
take
that
over now
fast?
1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. On 1st down, it's Jacobs. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's going to get this
These motherfuckers ain't dropping pass.
And he's brought to the ground.
That's
with
the part that bothers me.
Down at the Chargers' 27-yard
that they not dropping passes.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen. It turned into a really nice play.
And that's what's happening.
The 20 before he's brought
My people
down.
dropping passes
that
in
will
his
go as a
lane.
gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Let's go one more. Tighten up.
16-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Carr.
Wow, good
That
ass
is
comeback. I
caught
didn't even
at
see
the
that.
7. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, 7:34.
It's Williams on the catch. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A gain of 3 yards. That's another Raiders first down.
What's tight? Tight as well. What's tight?
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
To throw his Carr, and he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Here's Carr to throw. And the pressure gets to him
gotta do what
again.
you gotta do.
Melvin Ingram make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a
I'm gonna have
decision
to put
on 4th
Tyrod
down.
in.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a
Because
strange
it's
rookie
like
year.
he's just
Won
being
the
able to sit
Vikings
back and
job,
just
then was
jump.
let
And
go
the only way I
week
can
2
really
after
make him
going
pay
0
for it is if
3,
I have
but
him over
he picked things
quarterback.
back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going over
Face
3
man.
against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut.
Yeah. I like Phillip, but we're not getting a chance to really read. I gotta run.
Picked up by the Raiders, 16 for
I gotta be
17
able
the
to
rest
run.
of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good
That's
success
gonna be the
story.
X factor
Now
playing.
it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Jackson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defense has always talked about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. On 2nd down,
I just
Taylor's
don't
throw
like it, man.
incomplete.
I don't
So
like
he
how
can't
he's
hang
just
on,
able
and
to
as
just
I
run
watched that
around
unfold,
like
I
that.
remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to
I
get
really
hit
don't.
anyways,
That
might
shit
as well
bothers
hold
me.
on to the ball.
But you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now Taylor. They will find Davis.
Let's go.
That's complete. And
He's so hell-bent on big
15.
hitting.
A big play there for L.A.
So hell-bent on big
42
hitting.
yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights.
Got
but
him.
You are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into
Good
a
ass
positive
pickup.
gain. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard
Good ass
line.
pickup.
7 yards there and a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the ground, Ivory.
Yeah, I
He's
missed
gonna
that
get
block,
this
man.
back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, I missed your block. I'm just gonna be honest.
Down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
On 2nd and goal, Taylor. And he takes it in
Told
for a
you.
Charger touchdown.
The way he playing defense, I got to be able to
Mike
run to bust
Williams,
him wide open.
his second
Because sitting in the
touchdown of
pocket,
game,
I'm not going to
his
ever be
third
able to do
on the
anything
year.
with that.
And the Chargers are able to close
I don't
the
have
gap
enough
just a
time.
bit.
And they being able to jump it too fast.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled
get one stop and it's a ball game.
Successfully.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, get one stop, it's a ball game. Because we can move the field, we can move down the field with Tyrod in there. I couldn't do nothing with Phillip.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
It's getting in hard.
29. Hey, exit.
Carr now to throw.
Of
Got
course.
man, it's Brown.
Of course.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first
Of
down.
course.
First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger. So he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. 7-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. What a talent for Derek Carr to have on his side. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Derwin James, an All-Pro as a rookie last year, up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Of course, he runs it all the way outside.
Just shy of the 20. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the ground, Richard. Oh, no, he lost the football.
How many fucking fumble recoveries does he get?
Maintaining the football defensively,
Lord
though,
Jesus.
opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's
I
all
don't know
defenses talk
anybody.
about.
It's just like
Getting the
Madden. It's not
football
like, nope.
and either advancing
Nope.
it the other way or just getting possession
You
and
ain't
turning
getting
it
that
over to
this
their
year.
offense. That can be a little bit deflating.
Like, damn.
Exactly right. A lost
I've
opportunity.
never seen somebody be able to get that many fumble recoveries.
Here's Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
This is what's happened here.
No gain on the play that
They ain't
time,
dropping
and it sets
passes
up
and he getting
2nd and
big
goal.
breaks. I just, no words,
If nothing
man.
else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Carr.
Thank
He
you.
can't find anywhere
Well,
to
looks
go
like as
with
soon
it,
as he hiked the
and
ball,
goes
he trying to
down.
roll out the pocket.
Joey
It ain't even a
Bosa
rollout
in
play.
there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
It ain't even a fucking rollout play.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Check 9, check 9. Raider 1.
Switch gears.
General West.
Hey, check 24.
They'll run with Jacobs.
Thank you.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of
We
them
just
actually
doing
will
what we
stick their
can,
nose
man.
in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished,
I'm like,
it's darn
please,
close.
They'll throw on first down to Taylor. They'll set up the screen here to
Come
Justin
on, he
Jackson.
ain't even tackle me.
And he will lose yardage.
Come on, man. Stop giving him stuff. He ain't even tackle me.
There on the first down play. Fourth quarter, every drive is so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now a deep ball there on
and it's just like,
down,
they can't even cover. They just big hit. That's how they do.
Defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the
That's
deep
it.
ball.
They can't cover. They just big hit.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted.
We're going to have to see some stats to see if fucking, yeah, we're going to have to see if fucking, what's the name is on. Because I'm like, he getting too many interceptions easily.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis,
We got to see a
interception,
ball
return
hawk
for
on,
touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Carlson now to add the extra point.
I swear I feel like the only one playing with ball
And he's
hawk.
been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails
I swear I feel like
over
I'm
the
the only
end
one playing with it
line.
off. Another game, another loss.
The Charger
Nothing I can do
drive
now.
about to get going. Back to the air, Taylor after the pick six. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete.
We're going to have to see some type of stats or
Would have
something.
been a big hitter if they had connected.
Because he's getting too many plays where he can just click on and
Another
automatically
incomplete
try to
pass
pick it
there.
out. It's
What do you
just
take from this
too
game
many
offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So,
Yeah,
bottom line,
we're going to have to see them stats after this
defense is
game.
going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of
I ain't
praise.
never seen somebody be able to get no
Now
interceptions
they
like
face
this.
a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He'll get this one complete to Davis.
Yeah, I'm
And
going
they
to
get
need to
him
see
down,
it.
but not before he
need
takes
to
it
see
across
some.
the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
First down, Chargers.
Let's get that ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. He's airing it out for Williams.
Thank you,
Flag
P.I.
comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see
I'm
who
like,
this
shit,
is
all they
on.
doing is getting a
So
chance
the
to just do all
contact
this
came
mess.
before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this
Oh,
case,
he got it.
as you
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that will get them one closer. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number.
Of course he breaks the
Into
tackle.
the clear.
Of course he breaks the tackle.
And he'll take
Why
it
not,
into
Madden?
the
Give him
end zone
everything.
for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs.
I ain't broke a damn
his
tackle all
6th
day. Of
touchdown
course
of
you
the
break a
season.
tackle right
And
there.
the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And on that long run, maybe the
And I don't even
defense
have aggressive
caught
tackling on.
napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like
No
big
worries,
bolts
man.
of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. following the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
I hate this because there's nothing I can do. I ain't got no choice but to pass.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Taylor. To throw again. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
See what I'm saying?
That's incomplete.
Yeah, we're going to need to see them stats after this game. We're going to need to see if you got ball.
At this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you
they
might get
warping.
some interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Damn, they're warping to the interception.
30-yard line. Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available.
I can't say the run defense
heavy pressure
played a lot better than I was
That's
expecting.
when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
He's going to rifle up, trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Brianne.
Like, let me go and let him know. I'm going to need to see
to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
I'm going to need to see them after.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Yeah.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Honestly, it really doesn't even matter because
so it's Raider football as we get you reset.
Just turn this shit off.
And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 12 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A lot of folks got ball hawk on, my personal opinion. Because I promise you I would have more interceptions if I turned it on.
Down.
58. 58.
180. 180. We're good. We're good. 280. That's it.
And they will take a knee here.
Yeah, I believe that a lot of folks have had it on. Yeah. It is what it is, man.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points.
I honestly feel
Continually
like a lot of
they're
people got
moving the ball and things are working and
because I'm like
clicking.
the amount of
They can
interceptions
bottle
I've been
this
seeing people
and
and
carry
use
it with
like
them.
perfect
As an
time
offensive
every time.
coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong.
Every
Whenever you
time?
call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Yeah.
So for the Raiders, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's a bit of a...
I'm just over it, man.